Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ninja. I'm a ninja. And basically, today we're gonna do something a little different. Okay. Oops. Mm. One second. I'm trying to. I should have done this before I started my stream, but whatever. That seems interesting. Think twice before marrying a Japanese woman. Watch out, world. This little gymnast is on her way to the top. Was doomed to be an eagle. Yeah, she's a whore. It pains me to say this because, like, I could have, like, she would have been a really good wife, but she's being used up, and so I don't want her anymore. You know. And it's Emeru, by the way.
I was like doomed.
What I mean by that is like sex. Like, this is why I didn't get with this one girl at IRL, uh, because basically, yeah, she was really good and knowledgeable and well informed and stuff. The problem was she fucked every dude I knew, and then she wanted to date me, and I was like, no, thank you. And then she had a friend, the same thing. She was a very cool girl, and it would have been awesome, but she decided to be fucked by every dude in the world. No sex all the fucking time. I hope it was fucking worth it. Congratulations. But that's what this is about.
To be an e-girl from the start. Like I remember I would like post, like I would update my profile picture on Facebook, and I'd get like 500 likes. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm literally peaking right now. Like I can't believe 500 people saw my picture, and then now like.
In reality, that would have been fine. If 500 people like your channel, that would have been fine for what she's doing. That would have been fun. But the thing is, she kept going and going and going. Like, there's another video of her and some other girl from China. And, like, as someone who is intelligent like me, I can tell you that she is basically being used up by Americans and in America because she's tricked. She thinks sex doesn't matter. And yes, it does. And I can confirm this because I was with both types. I was with a girl who was just sex was dime a dozen. Like she didn't really give a shit. And then I was with the girl with sex and sex mattered. And let me tell you right now, the girl with sex is dime a dozen. Yeah, I got to where I wanted to but eventually, because it's basically like masturbating at that point, but using your body, like it'd be like me getting a hand job, but I'm having sex, and it's kind of useless. But with the girl who treated sex like it actually meant something, holy shit, that feeling was so fucking different. I came almost instantly. Like I had a condom on, I put it in, and one or two pumps, and basically already fired, because it felt so fucking good. Like that was the difference. And again, she fortunately she was smart enough to know to wear condoms, but she was stupid enough to still do the act, and that's kind of what her life was about. And she didn't like the fact that I fired almost instantly, but she didn't realize I was a legit dude, and that's how they are. You know what I'm saying? That's why dogs just drop up and like pump, 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 and that's it. Like a dog, like two dogs when they have sex, it's just pump, pump, and that's it. But you watch porn and they fuck for like 20 years. The reason why is because they've been fucking for like 20 years. So why the fuck would I jump with like a guy that takes 5 seconds with a girl that takes 10 years? It doesn't work. But it works pretty good when the guy takes 20 years and the female finishes in 5 seconds, right? Because she can go the distance. The male cannot unless you take like a pill or something. Um, but then again, like if you take a pill, it's like birth control. Like there's a risk involved. But yeah, so but she seemed like the stereotypical Chinese person, very high energy. Like we would like to go over there, and like she's very properly educated, properly, like she's a very proper girl. And again, like she would have been a great wife. But the problem was she's hanging around with these douchebags. They're teaching them how to surf, and chances are they wouldn't fuck to that night, which is why I stopped watching because it seemed more like a date than a fucking just learning how to surf, basically. And I'm not here to watch a date, basically, especially knowing that the two girls eventually just got fucked by these two dudes, and then fucking they go their own ways, and it's like, dude, that was a woman I could have had, but she ruins herself with this shit, and I don't want it anymore, basically. So that's kind of why, you know. But yeah, her friend was like basically like Emeru, but 10 times as Chinese, essentially. Like she stand up straight. She's like, yes, look at that, and she had like all this energy. She's very spunky and very traditional, very cultural, blah blah blah. Very educated rather. But no intelligence. So no, it's I'm trying to remember the history. Oh, okay.
Thinking of marrying a Japanese woman? Before you say sayonara to your old life, here's what you need to know in just 50 seconds. Japanese culture values subtlety over big displays of feeling. Don't expect daily I love yous. Learn to read between the lines and appreciate quiet affection. In Japan,
So what he said right there, if you don't know, don't be a dog, basically. And what that means, and by the way, um, if my internet cuts, it's because they turned off the net, but the recording will be up tomorrow, just so that anybody know who might be here. Um, but yeah, I plan to there's a few videos that I want to get to. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, I believe. Okay.
Lawyer's reaction.
Time out.
families are usually just parents and kids. If you miss loud cousin get-togethers and big barbecues, you'll need to bring in your own traditions. Here, saving isn't stinginess, it's security. Embrace their forward-thinking frugality, but find balance so you can still enjoy a sushi splurge now and then. Expect long hours and strict social codes. No loud phone calls on the train, ever. Team up to carve out couple time despite pack.
He's talking more about Japanese culture, not Japanese women. So he's a dumbass. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So, anyways, and then that was Secretive Plotter TV. Don't follow him. Don't subscribe to him. You can check out that video I'm talking about. to finish the video and see other things he says, but he's a dumbass, so I wouldn't follow him. Let's see. Which one is this one? Lawyer reaction. That's what it was. Click. There we go. Okay. So close this one. Close this one.
I was like doomed to be an ego.
That is that's what I just covered. I wanted to watch that one. And I wanted to watch that one. And I wanted to watch that one. I'll watch them both later when I'm not streaming. Okay, so Lawyer's reaction. By the way, this guy's legit. You, oh Lord, I would follow him. I would subscribe to him. And the reason why is he kind of has intelligence, but he's very educated. He knows the law, so.
Excuse me, sir, can I see your receipt?
Here you go.
See that? Can you see your items real quick?
No, you can see the items.
Can you show them to me?
You're welcome to look at them.
Okay.
What role did you play in here, sir? He ate my receipt.
So the question remains, did this doorman commit a crime? In order to be charged with theft, or even civilly with conversion, there must be something of value that is transferred from one person to another without the owner's permission. And there's no doubt that this man willingly gave him his receipt, but then the receipt was destroyed when the doorman ate it. The only issue here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the receipt has no value. The receipt is free. To print another version of it is also free, and the only thing that would cost this man is his time to print another receipt, and courts are very reluctant to put a value on time when there are no other damages. It makes this doorman not guilty of the crime of theft or conversion because this receipt had no value.
Lawyer.
That's fine. That's dandy, but chances are this dude was trying to be funny or trying to get popular, trying to be famous on YouTube by doing something stupid. Look at the outrage this guy has. You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines, more than likely. That's my guess. But the issue here, or the issue there, rather, again, they're trying to make a big deal about it. It's not a big deal, but this guy's out of receipt. He has to put all his time in, and this kid needs to slap on the wrist, because literally that's all this crime allows. So he doesn't go to prison, but he deserves a slap on the wrist, because he shouldn't have pissed off this old man. This old man is just going through his day. You work at Walmart, this kid should be fired. Basically, this kid, like, punishments need to happen. This is why America fell. It's because no one's punishing these kids. He's just making a video. He's just being an ass. He's just being whatever. But your law sucks, and your lawyers suck, because this kid should be fired for doing what he did. The fact that he's recording it and posting it online, like, come the fuck on. And again, like the kid in the store, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're not touching me, but you telling me that you're not touching me, that's kind of crossing the line, buddy. Oh, by the way, I planned this video recording. It's gonna be a little bit different because I plan to go over a bunch of things, because I've realized I'm alpha as fuck, and I can't watch anything at all without being pissed off and having a response. So I'm going to just kind of fast spew bullshit that deserves this, but big things, I'll talk about it. You know.
Let me ask you a blunt question, which sounds stupid, but I think it's a meaningful question. Do electrons exist?
Now wait, is that a science or a philosophical question?
Well, because
Natural philosophy.
as I understand it, we have never measured the size of the electron. It is smaller than the smallest capacity we have.
So real quick, natural philosophy, that whole thing, I don't know who he is, but basically that's kind of what I do already. Natural philosophy, that's how it's called. It's called nature. It's called just doing what you're supposed to, knowing what you're supposed to. The problem is something I'll get to in the end.
Have ever conjured to measure its size.
Okay, I gotta ask you a preliminary question. How truthful do you want me to be?
I love it.
Okay, give me what you say in the back.
How truthful do you? Okay, so he already warped it by education, basically. And you gotta understand, much like gasoline, education is a form of, what's it called? Like you're separating it. Basically, it's like what naturally exists, which is oil, you're refining, basically. So education is you're removing some data for another data. Basically, that's what it is. Essentially, like there's nobody who is really good um, at one thing and really good at another. Basically, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, really good astrophysicist, but he shouldn't be talking about chemistry or microbionics, whatever the fuck. Again, I'm not educated or intelligent, rather. I mean, I'm not educated. Yeah, I'm not educated, but I am intelligent. So I don't know your languages, but I do know my shit. Is the idea? So
Back room, in the back room with the cigars.
First lie to me. Then tell me the truth.
Okay.
The lie is
Yes.
what is real is the electron field, and little vibrations in those electron fields show up in our detectors as particles. So it's not that we haven't measured the size of the electron, it's that there is no such thing as the size of the electron. The electron is a vibration in a field. It can have different vibrational wavelengths.
So the fact is, they don't know, basically. And the thing is, like StarCraft 2 and League of Legends, I quit those things. I stopped learning those things. I stopped mastering those things. And the reason why I did what I did is because, like Kaku, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, they kept talking and they kept going despite the fact that they have no ground to walk on. Basically, they started getting into like stuff you might see in Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever. It's just like unprovable bullshit. It's theory. It's theory. String theory. It's a theory. Great, but let's go pull it back a little bit and start bringing science back, because it's a theory, which means you could be completely wrong, and everything you stand for is basically a waste of time. So how about we bring it back, and instead of wasting everybody's time by making talk about a theory, I don't want to learn a theory, I want to learn a science. So that's why I stopped doing it, and now they're saying we actually don't know what a molecule is, but guess what? All science is based on a molecule, basically. And now they're saying, oh, we don't actually know, but we're talking like we do know, and so you're theorying, basically. That's why, naturally, I just like felt like this isn't right, I'm giving up. Basically, oh, you're a quitter, you're a quitter. No. It's, you literally fucked up, and I don't want any part of it. And that's kind of that thing. Science was wrong. Now you can see why I don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I feel bad for Chuck, this guy, because he's friends with Neil deGrasse Tyson. So Neil deGrasse Tyson leads him on, controls him, manipulates him, and says what he's gonna say, but he's leading him down the path, dark path. Much like my cousin, basically, he knew about a bunch of bad people, didn't know when to turn away and leave, and so he stayed hanging around with these people, basically. And now his brother's dead, as a result. So, like, just, but that's, hey, science, theory, yeah, cool. Follow facts, not feelings, okay?
My friends, be careful.
And this is why facts don't care about your feelings, by the way. It's very important that you trust the facts, not the feelings. Like I talk with the AI, there's a word, and the word is nigger. With the ER. Nigger. Okay? There's a word called nigger. Okay? You could say the word and talk about a word. That's fine. It's just a word. But the second you're like, oh my god, I'm offended, you said that, you're adding context to my word, basically. And then you're trying to punish me for your context. And that's the left going too far. And that's why the right is like, shut the fuck up, but blue haired fuck. because that's literally what you're doing. You're being a Karen right now. You're being mad because I said something that doesn't matter at the end of the day. Shut the fuck up about that shit, nigger. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not leaning towards all that chaos and slavery and suffering. That I would say, if I was bringing it up, like if I was to go and quote one of the people back then, I would get to work N-word, right? Because now that's kind of the offense. And that can be mean and that can spark whatever. Now you have the right. What happened is you gave them an inch and they took a mile. That's what happened. Like, black people took advantage of you and your kindness because you're being overly kind. Like my mother and most of her friends, basically. And what happened to me as well. But the difference is, I'm also my father's son. And so that when I started to, something doesn't smell right, I'm getting out of here. And then next thing you know, the building blows up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go and die like my mother did. Basically, I'm going to survive like my father did. Basically, that's kind of what happened. So, anyways, continue.
Careful at the commentary you listen to online, and you'll see why as you watch this video.
I apologize if I offend anyone, but white kids don't go through this. Let's get.
Real quick, by the way, did you notice how he looks and how his appearance? He's trying way too hard to look good. That's a fake alpha. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody you should be a little more questionable with. Chances are he's ruined a bunch of girls' lives because they thought more and they got let off a cliff. And the reason why they fell for it is because he had a six pack, he had muscles, and he's wearing a hat, and he's cutting his hair, and he does all the facial hair and all this bullshit because he's trying to trick you and hope that you're skin deep, and you're making a decision based off of being skin deep, and it's like you're killing it for everybody else because now we have to play your game. And the fact is, you're allowing snakes who are already doing that in, basically. So that snake is fronting his appearance, and you're encouraging these girls to only be skin deep. She wonders why, like 90% of females in the universe that die alone wonder why they're loose, and they know how every dick in the world looks, but they die alone and they wonder what happened. That's what happened. There you go.
Get into it.
What? So before I get into it, if you didn't hear him, he said white kids don't go through this. Well, let's watch what these black.
It has nothing to do with white. It has nothing to do with black. Basically, the post. As far as the cops, yes, they're being racist. Yes, something might happen. Maybe, I should say, maybe, because this guy isn't wrong, right? In the video, he technically isn't wrong, but the way he goes about it is wrong. And that's what I'm saying, his looks, his appearance is wrong, so.
Black kids went through with the white officers.
Everybody up on the fence. Everybody sit down. Everybody sit down. Everybody sit down. Oh, chill, bro.
And remember, men are smart, or man is smart, but men are stupid. What we're seeing is a bunch of teenagers grouped up. This is why they're stupid. This is a bunch of teenagers grouped up, and they're not thinking right because they're a bunch of teenagers grouped up, basically, and they think they could be a certain way when they shouldn't be a certain way, basically, and that's what's going on. And that's why what's it called? It's getting heated, basically, and tempers are getting heated. Maybe racism, maybe not. Who knows? Tempers are flying. It's getting thick with tension, basically, because they're not sitting around, they're not playing by the rules. We don't know what happened, but we can tell, like, what's going on now should be thing, basically. And force them to sit down. And for the record, this is why I hate most commentators today, is because they basically do, like, they will stop the video and talk. Like, I don't remember his name. He's like one of the most popular YouTubers ever, and he was a popular ass YouTube person. He's ruined many lives and many girls and blah blah blah. But basically, they'll watch a video, and the guy in the video say 2 plus 2 is 4, but before he says 2 plus 2 is 4, the guy posting the video will pause the video and be like, 2 plus 2 is 4, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that, and then he'll push play, and then they're talking and like, oh, and 2 plus 2 is 4, and you're like, what the fuck? Why are you taking this dude's theory like his thunder? Basically, it's kind of, it's like pretending to be a police officer. What is it called? False valor or some stolen valor? Basically, that's what these videos are, basically, most of them.
Don't touch that, bro. You're under investigation right now. Bro, we didn't do nothing. What the fuck are you grabbing for, bro? Stop pulling.
When the fuck grab me, bro, man, my friends are accused of man, I act all tough, but if I was alone, I'd be like, yes, sir, right away, sir. Cause man is smart, but men are dumb. Then this is why I don't have friends, cause I get tired of people fucking thinking like them. Or is the opposite. And instead of knowing your rights, they completely were just like, yes sir, right away sir, right, understood sir. And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stand up for yourself. Like, there's never a balance in the middle. It's always one extreme, one way or another.
Why you trying my phone? Pull away. He gonna put me on the car, have me say shit. I didn't even do shit.
Don't matter. Don't matter. They told you to sit. You didn't sit.
What we do? This is what I don't like about the video. There is not enough context in this video to say that white kids don't go through this.
Right.
We don't know why these officers are detaining these people.
Right.
We really don't.
Right.
What we do know, we do hear the officers say that they are under investigation.
Right.
Let's just say that these are guys wanted in a homicide or wanted in an attempted robbery.
Right.
Would the officers' actions be justified at this point?
Right.
They absolutely would. So when people give commentary like this man is saying, is you guys gonna be mad at me and white kids don't get treated like this, you can't say that just based on watching this video. He's basically...
Yeah, that's why I bitch and complain at the world, and why Jordan Peterson and everybody's bitching at Joe Rogan, and it's because it's like you're pretending like you know, but you don't know shit, and that opens the gate for people to exploit, because the people watch you for information, and you're talking about something that you don't know, like you know, basically, and that opens the door for exploitation. And that's why Arabia with what's his name, Russell Peters, talks about how over there it wouldn't be bad if guys just learn to admit when they don't know. And he talks about stairs, like, hey, where's the escalator? Take a right, a left, then a right, then another right or something. And so he does it, and he goes over there, and there's a wall. And he asks the dude, hey, where's the escalator? Oh, it's a right, left, right, left. He's like, no, the other guy told me that. And he's like, oh, maybe he lied, right? And he's like, why the fuck you lie? I'm just asking for an escalator. And Russell Peters is completely fucking right, basically. But everyone just seen, laughed off, walked away. And then guess what? That situation kept happening. This is exactly why when you go to court and then you settle out of court, why it pisses me off, because that's basically what you're doing, is just laughing it off and walking away. You have the benefits, you have access, you have rights, but they're still fucking everybody else over. Congratulations.
Basically making this a racial issue.
Whereas if you went to court and they made a ruling on it, they actually would have to change the rules and the law.
When we have no clue why the officers are even detaining them in the first place. Now, could it be...
According to what happened, by the way. Because they can say, oh, we'll change the law if we settle out of court, and they decide how the rules are set forward. So they make it towards make sure that they don't know before you fuck them over. Because if they know that you're trying to fuck them over and you fuck them over, we get in trouble. So don't do that. And then they're like, okay. And so that's what happens just out of court versus no more fucking anybody over, period. And like, oh, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And what happened was everyone is a sellout. Even Sean Paul Reyes, right? Selling out of court. Like, that's what happens. So
in some world,
And real quick, I'm not blaming you, Sean Paul Reyes. Maybe that's how you grew up. Maybe that's you grew up, and that's how you learned, and you thought it was the right thing, basically. And that's why you did what you did. But now you know it's not what you should do. And again, Alpha Daddy, the legendary Alpha of Alphas, is letting you know, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because every fucking video I watch, it pisses me off, and I have something to say. So there you go. And
even this world, that this was unjustified.
And that's what pisses me off about fuckers like this guy right here is like what you're talking about. You act like you're a specialist because you know this one fucking thing. And you're dressed up and you're overhyping yourself because you ain't got shit else. Basically, I look like I do because you can come at me in any direction and I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. And you maybe win one thing. You may be stronger than me, or you may know this 1 point more than me, or whatever. But for the other 99 problems, I won. You lost. Who do you think wins?
It's possible. There have
Who would
been
make a better leader, me or you?
definitely some unjustified uses of force by law.
And again, the problem is the community is like, oh my god, he's such a man, he's so manly. He has a big peep because he has all the sex and gets all the bitches, and he's willing to fuck them over. And he's willing to leave on the street dead because he used you and you had nothing left. Now it's time to drop you. Versus, oh, I'm marrying this girl because I used her to hell and back. And she's like the best partner. She's obedient and she makes sandwiches. Whereas these motherfuckers are just looking for like, I want some good pussy. Like, what the fuck, you fucking eeps?
Law enforcement officers, for sure. But not as much as you think. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know it's not as much as you think. So the odds are is these guys are wanted for something pretty serious. The officers are there to detain them, and yet they're going to act like nothing is going on, and why are you trying to stop me? Stop listening to commentary from people who aren't credible sources. Just make sure y'all keep listening to my commentary.
No, don't listen to his shit. Everyone that follows him should come to me, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because of the way he dresses up and is trying to present himself. I know stuff. No, you know one thing. Congratulations, you bitch. I guarantee if I, you know what? I'm gonna keep it open. I'll look into it myself.
Have you ever wondered how strong gorillas are compared to humans?
Nope.
Meet the gorilla, the strongest relative of humans. This powerful primate shares approximately 98% of its DNA with us. It is the largest primate in the world, belonging to two species, the western gorilla and the eastern gorilla. Male gorillas, known as silverbacks, can weigh up to 100.
This is an alpha. He's so alpha. Oh, he can beat people's ass. And he's dumb as rocks. And he gets fucked over by people who know and are willing to cheat and lie. But he's alpha as fuck. No, he's not. This is your alpha, ladies and gentlemen. That big ass motherfucker that's trying to act all tough and badass will lose to this dude right here. I wouldn't. You know why? Because I'm smart and I know I shouldn't fight that monkey. Whereas dumbass, like, I could take him, jumps in there and fucking never comes back out.
90 kilograms. They have well-defined muscles, powerful hands, and are said to be stronger than 12 adult humans combined, capable of lifting and throwing up to 800 kilograms. There have been instances where gorillas shattered reinforced glass in zoos. They can exert a force of about 1.3 tons, which is enough to crush a skull with a single blow. Their bite force is equally impressive, estimated at around 1,300 pounds per square inch.
Look at the face, they're kind.
Far greater than that
They're
of lions, which is about
I'm gonna try to make him look he's evil, like he's kind. He may not like your presence, but he's probably unfamiliar to it. Animals, they don't know stuff like we do. Don't bitch because the animal's not educated. And that's what people do. And animals are dumb dogs, they're stupid. No, it's because they're not educated. And you wonder why, what's it called? You go into the jungle and whatever, and you're like, oh, they're not educated, so they're stupid. They have no intelligence. No, they have intelligence. That's why they're still alive. Okay, number one. Number two, education is the ability to talk. You are educated on language, your English. That's why when you're talking to a Spanish person, there's a change, and this is where racism comes from, because they don't know better. Anybody that's racist is a fucking idiot, basically. And what happens is a kid is born and they know like I shouldn't judge this guy because like they have body language like, and then the other one's like, it's like what? And the other one's like, and it's like, you know, and they like I may not be able to talk to you, but I can commute with you, right? But the KKK people are like, oh, they stupid, shoot 'em, and it's just because they've been pirated and hijacked, which is what's going on in Trump and residency and blah blah blah. The Confederacy's fucking idiots, they're all stupid faggots, fucking loser ass bitches. Trump is just a Trojan horse, man.
650 pounds per square inch.
And again, this is your alpha. This is Mr. Dominant, Mr. I'll kick your ass. That's why he does the chest pounding thing. Is because like notice me females, just like most rappers and whatnot. And like yeah, because they're basically pounding their chest. Like notice me, notice me, notice me. Whereas intelligent people like myself are studying and learning education, so that when the cops show up, I don't act like the fucking black people, basically, and get arrested and wonder what the fuck, man, you're so racist. No, it's because you decided to fucking pound your chest, as opposed to yes, officer, right away. Okay, sure, you're in it. Then they're serious. That's the difference. You are in play mode and nothing is serious, and they're serious and they're trying to conduct business, and you're preventing that business from being conducted, and you wonder why there's problems. It's basically walking up to this ape and be like, hey ape, what's up, dude? How you doing? And they kick your ass. You're like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything. No shit. It's because he's a fucking ape, and he's fucking from nature, right? He's hostile because he doesn't know who the fuck you are, and he's old to know that most creatures and things out here in the jungle are trying to eat me. So I'm not about to fuck with you, basically. But when you're a kid, this is why the mother bear or the mama monkey is like, get behind me, child. Basically, it's because you need to fear this thing, and I'll handle it, right? It's because I know that we shouldn't fuck with him. You don't know that. But that doesn't mean you're stupid. That doesn't mean I'm stupid. It just means you're stupid and you don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. So you don't deserve to give labels to things. And again, like I've shown you in that video with the science and Kaku and Neil deGrasse Tyson, they only give labels to things because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they pretend like they know when they don't.
Have you ever wondered how...
That was that video. Next.
Oh, and then when you find
out.
out.
This is a big one, so I'm gonna wait.
Because who doesn't want a more efficient government?
I'll wait.
As this White House.
Big one, I'll wait.
You're watching the legal.
This big one, I'll wait.
Is the only reason that
I hate that kid, by the way, but I'll wait. That's a big one, I'll wait.
Billions of dollars, yeah.
And that one I don't really care about. It's more about time filler than anything. So I already covered. Oh, I was gonna look you up, right? So this guy, basically, the whole Scientology thing. Basically, I'm gonna show you what an alpha daddy, the master of the world, looks like. Like what these guys did to the Scientology is wrong, and what Scientology did to these guys is wrong, and I'm going to explain it to you.
Oh, our hate mongers are back again.
The hate mongers are back again, and again, that's wrong already. But he has a reason. It's because, well, first off, he's in Scientology, but yeah.
Yes, we missed you calling.
Also, the people that are handling are fucking idiots, so of course he thinks that way because the people are fucking idiots.
Yes.
It's kind of like how, what's it called? That monkey that's older treats you like you're hostile, even though you're not hostile. It's because that's what he thinks is normal, just like how this guy, oh look, it's the idiots or the haters, or because these people are haters, they actually are haters, or at least he perceives them as such. Just like the monkey perceives you as a threat, but the kid might not. And why so many pedophiles exist? Because the little kids don't know you're lying, whereas the older females do. And that's why you target the little kids, because they're technically easy and they have no guard versus you, but this is why you suck. The reason why I don't like older women is because they generally are whores, and they've been fucking around their whole life, and I don't want to pick that up. It's like just like being handed ABC gum. Like, thanks. You know what I mean? Like that's basically what it is. Like, why the fuck would I want that?
Calling us religious bigots. How are you?
Well, no. I came out to just tell people that we're having religious bigotry and
Okay, there's the old Matt that I know and love.
Yeah. So basically, you guys are here to make us look bad. So I'm here to make them know that we're not as bad as we look. And that's basically what transpired here so far.
religious bigotry, hate, and intolerance.
And that's a fine observation.
Why are you so afraid?
Afraid?
Yeah. Why are you so afraid of Scientology?
Gross.
I'm not afraid of it. Not going to have anything to do with it.
Sure seems like you're afraid.
No, seems so, yeah.
So if I weren't afraid, I would go in and take a personality test and biodynamics and go up the bridge.
No, no.
See,
it wouldn't matter to you.
Yep.
But if you're afraid, then you got to kind of do something to...
See, he is wrong, and then they are wrong in the way that they're explaining he's wrong. And the thing is, they don't know how to explain it, and this is why, if you don't know, you should shut the fuck up. Much like I was telling you, that comedian, Russell Peters, with the escalator, if that guy would just shut the fuck up and be like, well, I don't know, a problem wouldn't happen, a problem wouldn't exist, basically. But you want to act like you know because I need to be famous, I need the clicks, I need to make the money, blah blah blah. I see, like I want to be Alpha Daddy, but I'm not good enough to be Alpha Daddy. But Alpha Daddy makes good money and he gets all the bitches. I want good money and get all the bitches, and that's what America is. Fake it till you make it. That's what it is, and that's why they're all like, oh, I quit. When Trump showed up and he said, hey, I want you to break the law and break the rules, instead of being responsible, I'm like, no, fuck you, I'm not going to do what you say. They're like, I quit, I walk away. It's because they're faking it. They don't know what the fuck to do. And Sean Paul, rather. That was like a mix between Jordan Peterson. And Jordan Peterson is kind of that way. Like, he knows and he's willing to stand his ground. The problem is he's talking to people who are idiots and they don't listen, and so nothing happens for Jordan, and then ignorance wins, essentially. And that's why people like Destiny don't like Jordan Peterson, because you're watching too much of this bullshit, and it's warping your mind, much like the conservatives and Trump and whatnot. It's about warping your mind and you're thinking a certain way because you don't know what the fucking a true alpha looks like or how he thinks. And that's why I'm here making the video and showing you exactly this is what you're missing. This is what you should be following. This is what you should be a master. And this is what your kid should be raised by. So if you're a female, yeah, I might fucking knock you up or whatever. And there's gonna be like 50 of you, just so you know, because there's a lot of bitches in the world that need a daddy, and I can fucking do it.
Make yourself right.
Oh, well. So did you learn that in a pop psychology booklet, or?
Why are you here? Tell me.
Make Scientology end a little bit sooner than it would ordinarily.
So
yeah,
there's
just
something.
Like the racists, basically conservatives, basically we don't really know. We just know that you're bad and you need to go away. We don't know why, but we read in a book somewhere that you're bad. And we're like, okay, well, you're bad. Much like religion and God and why I'm so... I believe there is a God, basically, in a sense. I'm not willing to say for a fact that there is a God and that somebody can speak to God. I don't believe in it that much, but I'm going to live my life as if there is one. I'm agnostic, but I live as though there is a God, because if there is one, I'm okay. If there isn't one, the world still benefits, right? But there's people in the world that are like, I want pussy, I want money, and they gotta lie to you still to get it, because they wanted to party in school instead of study, like me. So I want to fuck up the world because I can't have the world, and I didn't do the work. So I'm gonna fuck up the world because I'm an irresponsible little bitch. And guess what? That's who your daddy is. That's who your master is. Like that one guy in that video. No, you want me as your man, as your daddy, as your alpha. Because I know what the fuck is. I can show you the world. Take you wonder by wonder. Over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride. Actually, on a magic motorcycle ride. It's a whole new, like, oh god, I fucking miss it so much. I've seen videos recently in my computer about me riding on a motorcycle. I fucking miss it, dude. I'm so mad. I'm so pissed. Like, I was disabled, and I can guarantee if what happened then happened now, I would have gotten a lot of money from that bitch to be able to fix my bike and be able to ride again. I wouldn't have had a stroke if the world was better, but yeah.
Thing you're afraid of. Right?
Afraid of?
Yeah.
So 1 second real quick. We're still recording, but as far as being alive, they just turned off the internet, which is expected. That's why I called in and complained to T-Mobile. I'm like, your hotspot doesn't work, your hotspot is bullshit, your hotspot is blah blah blah, basically. So, no internet. That says it, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Not particularly.
It's just our hate mongers here. You don't have to worry.
Shaking.
Okay.
You notice? He's shaking. Because he needs daddy. He needs daddy like me to be there. And he can be there and back me up and give me money. And you can be a sheep. And that's fine. But the problem is you're picking the wrong daddies. You need me as your daddy. That's a bullshit fucking idiot who doesn't actually know and pretends like he knows or dresses for the camera when he simply should be addressing the camera. But the problem is he's a dumbass and he only knows this one point and that's it, and then he leads you all astray because you show up to a Scientology building and you know it's bad but you don't know why. And you wonder what the fuck, and then everyone wonders, why does America suck? And this is why America sucks. Because you followed a false alpha. You followed a false god, like the Bible says. Don't follow false gods. I'm God in a sense. In the Bible's perspective, I'm God. When I die, people will remember me as the man who saved America, as the man who saved the world, essentially. Because I'm simply showing what it is to actually know what the fuck you're doing and talking about and why you should pay attention in school. Because I did. Ben Shapiro, facts don't care about your feelings. That's true. Problem is, he dropped the ball. He's a dumbass and dropped the ball. I ran over, picked it up, and continued running with that statement because it's true. But Ben Shapiro was a false god. Now that they're in my backyard trying to break the rules, now I'm getting emotional, and now I'm complaining, and now I realize, oh, it turns out Trump was wrong the whole time, because he was right when he was filling my pockets with money, but now that it's costing me, he's wrong. Just like last time. There was reports of people that backed up Trump, and then they pulled their support of Trump away the second he allowed them to claim some of the land in their backyards or whatever. He cut through all of their backyards, basically. Like they abused a rule, like what is it called? Something. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, basically they took all the land, and they're like, "You're taking my land, Trump. You're taking my land," and Trump didn't care because he wasn't actually the one doing it. It was Jeff Sessions, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Paul Ryan, all these fuckers, the Russians and Chinese and blah blah blah. Everyone is attacking the American government via Trump. This is why I call Trump a Trojan horse, because he is just a gateway drug, basically. Everyone's like, yeah, Trump, woohoo. But the problem is, Putin is in his back pocket, and everything that Doge is doing is actually going to the Russians, and it's because of the people that hang around Trump and Trojan horse Trump. They're going through Doge and using Doge as a cover, because Trump gave Doge rights to our secrets. And so they were like, hey, Doge hire us. Doge hired them. So they went and raided all the secrets, and they started selling them all to Russia, basically, because they're just greedy and want to fill their pockets. Like Tim Pool, for example. Basically, like, I need to fill my pockets, so I'm going to do so with your knowledge and your money. Fuck you. And that's what happened.
So you
Sorry
still
about
haven't
that.
answered me. Why are you afraid of us?
And basically, this is what happens for a good while. I was watching a bit, and
That assumes that I am afraid of you.
Then why are you here?
Did Scientology a little bit sooner than it would ordinarily.
To end Scientology?
Yeah, help it end.
Ah, so you are afraid of us. You want us to end, right?
Yes, I'd like you to end.
Okay, so what are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid for myself.
Okay, but you're afraid for somebody else.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
You may not know what's going on. You may be making the right choice, the right decision, or whatever, but you don't know enough to basically kill off the problem. Like, if I was the one talking there, he would eventually hate me and walk inside. And this is why when I go to parties, why I always got kicked out, when I went to college, why everyone hated me, but the teacher loved me, because I was the alpha of alphas, and they tried to beat me, and they would always lose, is my point. And that's something I'm used to, basically. And my best friends, that's how they were. Well, at least one of them were. And because he was a leader to them, they would follow him, and because of his hatred, they had hatred, basically.
For the people that Scientology abuses.
Ah, okay. So you're here to forward your right cause.
My right cause. No, just to end a wrong cause. Just to end a wrong cause.
I mean, you're here in Kansas City because they stuffed you away. You can't be out in LA, can you?
Oh, really? Wow. So what are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you want to put it into the terms of fear, I'm afraid of you guys indoctrinating your children.
Ah, okay. So you
She
believe
reminds
we
me
brain...
of the first girl I ever met, and basically she told me she wanted to watch me take a piss, and because I was naive and innocent-minded at 12 or something, and she was older because she was a woman, and like her balls already dropped, whereas mine were still developing, basically. Like, she was more of a man than I was, pretty much, and I was beta and she was alpha at that point. She wanted to watch me take a piss, and I thought she wanted to see the color of my urine, which was yellow at the time because I had a lot of soda. But I also was running up and down and doing backflips and doing backflips off the roof and stuff like that. So I was skinny because I was very active, and I would actively fight people. Like, I remember this one dude named Mark walked up, and he was just like, hey, I bet my friend can't kick your ass. I'm like, what? And he's like, I bet my friend can kick your ass, and I doubt that. And it's like, okay, fight. And then we fought, and I kicked his ass, and that was it. The kid ended up moving away. But, like, it was things like that in my youth. Like, I was alpha as fuck, like I told you. But brain tumor, and then a mom with bipolar, and then bad friends, bad school, bad town, bad leadership, bad this, bad that, bad surgery. Basically, they gave me radiation therapy because I had a tumor that was located in a place too risky to operate on. And then there was an emergency where a hemorrhage had appeared, and I was actually bleeding in my head, and so they rushed me to the hospital. And because the doctor was not available at the time, someone else handled that case, and he went in and didn't look at any of the records, the reports, or any of the data. And I was basically under the knife, or under, I was basically disabled, and my mom, well, kind of was stupid, I will say. As in education, I would say. Intellectually, they're very, very clever people, very smart people, but education-wise, they're stupid, right? So they didn't know the rules and the regulations and whatever. And so, yeah, this other doctor, this new doctor, just went in, removed the hemorrhage. He fixed the hemorrhage, and then he's like, while I'm here, and while we have him, we're gonna remove the tumor. Basically, I didn't agree to this, but they did it anyways. And that's what fucked me up, and that's what just, like, really fucked me and disabled me. Before, I couldn't do anything, because I was recovering from a brain tumor, a brain stroke. They had just put a shunt in my head. I was recovering from that, basically. But then all of a sudden, I had this brain surgery where they actually they went to remove the tumor, but it wasn't there. And the reason why it wasn't there was because actually for a month I actually committed to radiation therapy, and it was every day I would go for about an hour, or like, I don't remember, like maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes or something. But they would shoot me with radiation therapy. I had a mask. My mom was in tears, and I didn't know what the color of green smells like. I've actually experienced MRI multiple times, CAT scans and whatnot. But anyways, the brain surgery happened. I became permanently disabled. From temporarily, I just got to recover, till there's no fucking chance he's coming back. Basically, that's what happened. But intellectual, I was still growing. I was still the alpha that I was in my mind. Basically, I couldn't do it in body anymore. Like, I was #1 in PlayStation All Stars, Super Smash Bros, Magic the Gathering, League of Legends, StarCraft 2, all this shit. I was really fucking good. That's why I'm a really good coach, by the way, because I know my shit, and I'm not a fake alpha like that last guy I just showed you, where I need you to believe I'm more than I am, and I hope my appearance makes you believe that. But yeah, I'm so alpha, I can be a fat piece of shit and still get more laid than you, because if the females are smart, they would realize, oh, I want Mr. Fatty to spur me up, because I know for a fact his kids are going to be alpha as fuck, basically. Whereas the dude who's faking it till he makes it is beta. And he's only good at this one thing, and he's trying to be Mr. Dominant when he's a beta. And he can't actually handle it, and why his kids are going to show up, or why he's going to have a bunch of daughters, because that's why, basically. And instead of us having an intellectual relationship, it's just him being bigger than me and abusing me and basically raping me. Pretty much, that's basically what it is. And you think it's great and love, it's fun. Oh, he's alpha, and then you realize, oh shit, I've had my impressions wrong, and you're like, I'm so sorry, I fucked up. But it's like, why the fuck do I want you now? Yeah, you fucked up. It's something I've been trying to tell you from the beginning, and you want me to date you now that you can't close your lips anymore? Not these ones, by the way. Like, they won't close anymore. Now you want me? Huh? No, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up, lady. But yeah. So, ladies, this is a real offer. If you want a real daddy and to date an alpha and to experience an alpha, hit me up. And if you want to have my child, you can have my child probably. Don't expect any child support right now. But one day when the world elects me for president, I won't mind shooting you, $100 grand here and there. But yeah, we'll see.
Brainwash people.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know you brainwash people.
Really? How does brainwashing work?
It's actually a type of self-brainwashing.
How does brainwashing
Yeah, you make
work?
people pay for their own brainwashing.
Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, you can say the brainwashing, but you can't explain the brainwashing. I could, but nothing.
You can't explain that.
They both can.
Huh?
You can't explain that.
Explain the what?
How brainwashing works.
Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, basically. And there was a they're in a hearing, pretty much, and then someone on the blue side was like, I would like to enter this into the record, and then you can actually hear on the mic, you hear Marjorie, what? Like, just literally not even fucking paying attention, and this is who we're reasoning with, and this is who you want to apply, like, you're passing the ball to her, and she's standing the ball hits her on her fucking side, and you play the game like it's normal. Oh, she got, someone took the ball. We better go and fight for it back now. She dropped the fucking ball, dude. Like, wake the fuck up. Realize she needs to go. Get her the fuck out of there. The same with Trump. And that's why I tell you, with like Sean Paul Reyes, like, congratulations, you do all of this shit, but then you stop at the door and nothing gets accomplished. You get views, you get clicks, you get money from doing what you're doing, but when it actually comes down to it, you're not really accomplishing anything, essentially. And you sat out of court, and you pull back way too much, you don't go through with it, blah blah blah, and that's the thing. Whereas if you go to court, you could sue them. I was falsely imprisoned. They took away my rights. They did all this shit. And that's what you should do. And that's how the law would change and how tyranny would stop. But because you keep stopping at the door, you welcome tyranny right in.
Yeah, I don't want to know how it works. I just don't want it to happen.
But anyways, I think I made my point. It's too stupid for this. So, and that's what allows people like him to exist. It's because the camera is too stupid to actually challenge him and get rid of him. He's trying to be the white blood cell, so to speak. But then when the sickness shows up, the white blood cell just stands at the door and doesn't sue them, take them to court. Basically, which in the animal world would be, I don't consume you and remove you from the equation. Instead, I allow you to linger and propagate and propel yourself forward, because I'm not really an alpha, I'm a beta, and I'm pretending to be an alpha for the sake of money. But anyways, next. Oh, this bitch. Like, I'd knock her up, for example. So we'd have boys. It would be good. And if she wants to experience what a real man is like, yeah, hit me up. Oh my fucking god, dude. My hotspot. I'm turned off. Never interrupt. If the internet isn't going or if nothing is happening, chances are I know why. So if you don't mind, stay the fuck on. Thanks. This is why on YouTube I have the stream and I'm recording, because of this bullshit. And T-Mobile is gonna send me a new phone that's worth like $5,000 because I'm getting tired of this shit.
In our politics lead, a whistleblower is coming forward with claims that Doge not only accessed data from his agency, but also took a substantial amount of sensitive data with them.
A Doge whistleblower has insights as to what Elon's band of hackers are actually up to.
And by the way, people say, oh, well, Doge hired these people to do this certain thing. No, it was because Paul Ryan, what's his name? Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, all these motherfuckers, and then some KKK and conspiracy people. They're all grand wizards in the KKK. This is why people like Matthew Cawthorn were like, what? I'm in an orgy with all my people from the Confederacy, or not from the Confederacy, but from Congress, and the Senate, they're here for some reason, and they're all high and fucking underage Mexican girls, and the little girls are crying. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm just making that Mexican part up, but that's from another story I heard about shit happening at the border. But I'm just crossing the two worlds because chances are, that's why Jeffrey Epstein died, and why the Twin Towers went down, why COVID happened, and why businesses are failing, why Marjorie Taylor Greene invested all the money in the stock market once Trump was like, I'm gonna put tariffs on everything, and everyone pulled the money out of the stock market. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, among other people, but for some reason we focus all on Marjorie Taylor Greene, went in and dumped all of her money into the system, and then Trump was like, oh, by the way, I'm kidding, ha ha ha. So all the owners now are, instead of just random Americans, red and blue, now it's just all Marjorie Taylor Greene, basically, and that's what happens. And then we keep blaming Trump, even though he's just there to enable everybody else, the Trojan horse, basically. So,
and now that he's come forward, he is being threatened. But before I get too far into this, let's hear more from Jake Tapper and just get a quick overview of what whistleblower Daniel Baroulas has found.
According to a disclosure shared with Congress, quote, around 10 gigabytes of data, or quote, the equivalent of a full stack of encyclopedias worth if someone printed these files as hard copy documents, unquote. Now, that data came from the National Labor Relations Board. That's an independent federal agency that investigates allegedly unfair labor practices by private sector employers and unions, and collects and stores sensitive and confidential information in the process.
Baroulas has basically confirmed that which we all have suspected, that Elon Musk and the Trump administration
Elon Musk and the Trump administration are just the fall guys. Cut the heads off, and the problem's still there. Reason why is because in reality it's Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Paul Michael, Mitch McConnell, or Paul Ryan rather, Mitch McConnell. All these motherfuckers, they are still there and pulling the strings. You think it's Trump, you think it's Elon Musk, but in reality they are just the ones who got them in the door. And you open the door to them kind of like a vampire, like, welcome in, and then Paul Ryan and all the motherfuckers ran in and started fucking breaking everything, and it's like, what the hell, Trump? No, it's them. That's what's happening, fuckers.
Do not have good intentions with Doge. Doge is not operating with any intent to make our government run more efficiently. It was all just a cult slogan to get mass buy-in from the people, because who doesn't want a more efficient government? Instead, according to the findings of the NLRB, Doge has been stealing and deleting information from various government agencies and departments, and potentially funneling information to Russia.
Again, it's not Doge, it's the people that work under Trump. And the reason why Elon Musk did what he did, by the way, I believe, right? I believe that Elon Musk is just an idiot. Kind of like they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like Mitch McConnell, like, I don't know enough, but I know that I'm winning and so I'm going to do it. And that was what was motivating them, because they're dumbasses. They don't have intelligence. They're very educated, but they don't have intelligence. Whereas Mitch McConnell and I know Mitch McConnell, what the fuck, I always fucking forget his name. Old fat guy in the Confederacy, KKK. He's a Grand Wizard. Like, he looks the part. He looks like he'd fit a Confederacy suit. He looks like he has the Grand Wizard's hat. I forgot his name though. Fuck. And Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, Jeff Sessions, Steve Bannon, right? Basically, yeah. Whatever the fuck I was saying. I'm trying to remember Steve Bannon. I forgot what I was saying.
Government agencies and departments, and potentially funneling information to Russia.
Yeah, those people are the ones doing it, basically. Oh, I was talking about Elon Musk. So basically what happened was Elon Musk wanted to build cars, right? But no corporations were willing to build his cars or just send him factories so he can build cars. So they chased him into a corner, and then the guy I just mentioned, came over and he's like, hey, I'll build your cars, but you gotta play ball. And Elon Musk was like, okay, sure, whatever. I'm a businessman. I'm just trying to make money because that's what he is. And that's what pure education is, basically, right? Without intelligence. And so that one guy came over and corrupted Elon. And then Elon is a weapon now, and he's enabling them to do what they're doing. And all the benefits going straight to Paul Ryan. Kind of like Tim Pool. Basically, Ukraine needs to die, Ukraine needs to fall, blah, blah, blah. But he was paid off by Russia to say it. Basically, and he's trying to say, oh, I didn't know. Dude, we know you're not stupid. Like, you knew what the fuck you were doing. And on top of that, for a good while, even after that, I would log in, and sure enough, it's like, hey, subscribe to Tim Pool, he knows what's up, blah, blah, blah. Like, the game was rigged, ladies and gentlemen. That's why if you're watching this, you need to hit the follow, like, and share. Because the only way my message is going to get around, the only way all of this is going to get around is if you share it. Because the people that own the markets and the media see me as a way to not to make money, basically. So then they shove me into the dirt, basically. But I'm saving the world and putting America first, basically. And that's why they keep shoving me into the dirt. But the people need to help me rise up. But the people are too busy scratching their ass or being sheep and being led around by the rich. And again, the rich are trying to fill their pockets with money, even if it costs your freedom. They don't give a fuck. Just make them rich. I want a car. Fuck your rights. That's what they're doing. Whereas me, I'm like, I don't want a car. I want my motorcycle back. The one I had. I had paid for it. Just pay to fix it and we're good. Everything I'm doing, we're good. That's it. I want to be able to ride again. That's it. I want to be able to talk to you again. That's it. But these guys all want fucking, I want this. I'm Margie Taylor Greene. I'll never be settled. Brr, I need to make money. Brr, brr. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
This all started last month.
So that's that. And again, if you want to fucking know what a real alpha tastes like, let me know. But next. Oh, I think this is the video comment. Yeah, that pisses me off. I'm making a video about it soon, which is now. Too much to say here, but just know it's not good, and it's cool to know I'm more intelligent than Brian Tyler. I'm more intelligent than Brian Tyler Cohen. So I'm not as smart as him as far as education goes, but as far as intelligence goes, I have this guy who's lawyer-minded, who's a top streamer, blah, 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 who knows all the shit. I'm better than he is at the end of the day. So, go ahead.
House continues to insist, as this White House continues to insist on annexing Greenland.
Caroline.
I'll go to both of you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Any updates on Greenland? Will the president be making any trips, and do we have any details you can share with us?
I don't have any future foreign trips to read out for you. We just returned home from one. But the president maintains the reasoning for Greenland's strategic purposes in the Arctic, and he continues to remain committed to the idea of obtaining Greenland in whatever means we can to advance our national security interests in the region.
It seems that strategy has now backfired, with Greenland essentially giving Donald Trump and his imperialistic fantasies the middle finger in a pretty obvious way. Greenland just signed a major 30-year mining deal with the European consortium, completely bypassing the United States and giving Donald Trump a masterclass in how diplomacy actually works. The deal allows Greenland and Northsite Mining, which is a Danish-French partnership, to extract a northsite, a key mineral used in aluminum production, from Greenlandic territory. And here's the kicker. Greenland's Mineral Resources Minister basically said that while American business delegations have visited this year, despite all of Trump's bluster and threats, there has been zero formal dialogue with the Trump administration and absolutely no increased interest in direct investment from the United States. It's also worth talking about what this mining deal actually represents. This Northsite extraction project is being positioned as a climate-friendly alternative to bauxite for aluminum production. It's a strategic partnership that could provide raw materials for aircrafts, vehicles, and defense applications. This is exactly the kind of resource access that Trump claimed he wanted from Greenland, but instead of getting it, he's watching European companies walk away with 30-year extraction rights while the US gets absolutely nothing. That's what happens when your foreign policy consists entirely of threats and bluster instead of actual diplomacy. In other words, Trump spent months making bombastic statements about acquiring Greenland, treating it like some kind of real estate deal he could just muscle his way into. He talked about Greenland like it was a piece of property he could snatch up for a steal at auction. He completely ignored the fact that Greenland just so happens to be a sovereign territory with its own government that makes its own decisions. And while Trump was busy making threats and acting like a colonial-era imperialist, European partners were actually doing the work, building relationships, negotiating deals, and treating Greenland like the sovereign entity that it actually is. I mean, the contrast here really is stunning. According to the Greenlandic minister, cooperation with both the EU and Denmark is progressing more smoothly than anything involving the United States. In other words, while Trump has been making demands and issuing ultimatums, Europe took a different route, one that is clearly paying off right now. I guess that's the difference between taking credit for writing The Art of the Deal and actually engaging in the art of the deal. But here's the thing. This is what happens when you try to conduct international relations like you were buying a golf course in Florida. You can't just throw money around and expect sovereign nations to hand over their territory.
So anyways, he's going on about a bunch of shit, but the point is, of this one, at least, if you're paying attention, basically, he would say things where, like, Trump is bad, Trump isn't winning, and America is suffering as a result. And plans and builds, strategies, land, mining ideas, blah blah blah, you name it, like potential trading benefits are going elsewhere because of Trump. And he's talking about it in the sense that, yay, Trump bad, look at the other nations that are continuing business without Trump. But at the same time, you have to understand that when you mention Trump, you are also mentioning America. So where where Trump loses, America loses, and where Trump wins, Trump wins. That's kind of how he wanted it to be, and that's kind of what it is, and that's why we need to get rid of him, basically. But again, like Sean Paul Reyes and all the other people, you're very educated, you know stuff, but there's a reason why I am the most intelligent man in the world, and I am the alpha of alpha. I'm the alpha king. I am the one that's gonna save the world. Literally, I am the one that saved the world, because I am all that and a bag of chips. But anyways, the point is America is suffering, and that's the result. So next. To again.
Breakdown, Glenn, we got news in court today that is a huge blow for one of Donald Trump's biggest stated priorities. Can you explain what happened in the courtroom?
Yeah, Brian, a big loss for the
It's funny because that's exactly what I do, but with ChatGPT.
Trump administration. We heard him prattle on endlessly during the campaign about how he was going to shut down the Department of Education. Well, federal.
This is about the Department of Education, and then how he got sued for it and blah blah blah. Basically, it's not going forward, thank God, but that's not something to celebrate. That's how the world should be. Next. By the way, real quick, there's a very important point to make. I just want to say I hate, what's his name again? Adam Mockler. I hate him because, let's see, if you actually go to his page and you look at his videos, all of his videos, or a good chunk of his videos, have him on the cover, basically. Like, it's Trump and him, Elon and him, some guy and him, this and him, that and him, blah blah blah. And this is why I hate the kid, because he seems to be more focused on making himself popular and famous and, like, recognizing me, be notified by me, reward, like, basically it's more becoming hit. It's more about him than democracy, as he claims. Subscribes if you heart to democracy, and then there's his name, Adam Mockler. Like, what the fuck, kid? Like, I don't want that. If you like democracy, go fuck yourself. I don't care. You should follow because you want to follow, right? Not because I'm pressuring you. Oh, like blue hearts and they should follow and like me because blah blah blah. It's called being a fake alpha, bitch. That's what you are. That's why people don't fucking want you, and you're trying to pressure them instead of just letting them fucking like you. Like that's how it should be. Like every follower I had, it was because they wanted to follow, not because I fucking begged them for it, you fucking little bitch. Like, stop going into caves to chase little kids and be like, follow my content. Let them come to you, motherfucker. That's why society's so fucked up, is because people like you keep going to caves and let them be. Let the fucking people be. But no, we follow my content, follow my content. You fucking bitch.
Is the only reason that prices go up is due to inflation? Is that the only reason that prices will go up? Yes or no?
Inflation is defined as prices go
But I'm asking you, is that the only reason? I know what the inflation definition is.
Well,
is that the only reason?
It's not that it's due to inflation, it's that it is inflation.
Lord have mercy. I know, I get it. Is that the only reason that prices of gas and groceries will go up?
Wait.
Is because of inflation? Here, hold on.
A few moments later.
Wait. I want you to define the term inflation.
Dude, stop.
No.
12 seconds later.
Well, it's the general level of prices for goods and services rises, reducing the purchasing power of money over time.
Thank you. So you just defined inflation as rising prices.
So, real quick, I want you to be aware, why are you on the screen, Adam Mockler? Why are we looking at you, looking at them? What the fuck is the point? Again, stop making this about you. That's why I don't like you. There's another streamer, I forgot his name, but I when I watch him, I'm like this. I'm like, okay, when is this person talking? Okay, and I try to avoid when he's talking, because every time he talks, he's like, well, I don't like it because this is the way I feel. Oh my god, and like personally, like, shut up. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care. I just want to know what the fuck is going on. And you're a reporter. Why the fuck are you making more about you than the facts? You're a reporter. This isn't about you. This isn't an autobiography. This is a report. Report the facts. Stop talking about you and how you feel, basically. And then stop being Fox News. Oh my god, a conspiracy today. Biden's criminal actions. Trump's majestic hair. And, like, your words mean something. Stop it. This is why you can lose credibility. And why you should be overlooked. And why you should go away. It's because you're making shit biased. It's got the word nigger. Like, yes, it's offensive in that context. But don't make it about that context. I'm choosing my context here. Not you. Me. Don't put context on my word where there is none. Okay? Do you understand? It's a word. It's just a word. There's no context. Understand? You're putting it there. And then penalizing me for your context. How is that fair? How is that right? It's not, you blue-haired bitch. Shut up.
Over time.
Thank you. So you just defined inflation as rising prices.
Okay.
Bingo.
So I don't think you're getting this. I
don't think you're getting this. You just said, is the only reason for rising prices? Do you get that?
No, you're not. Hear me out. Hold on.
Walt, please.
This is why bullies exist. It's because it hit people like him. The problem is bullies are the extreme version. Like, you should put this kid in line, but you also should get in line yourself. That you putting him in line doesn't make you a god, you asshole. Okay? And that's what they act like, basically. So bully this kid, make him understand. Is it the only reason, though? And like every time he tries to cut you off, cut him off. And it pisses me off because when you go to Congress, the blue people are like, well, I want to talk to you about it. And the red people are like, go shut up. And it's just like, what the fuck? Basically, your time has expired. And then the left talks. I would like to enter this into record. Huh? What? Like, if you watch the video, Marjorie Taylor Greene video, that was literally her response. Huh? What? And then here in the background, I would like to, what's it called, without objection, and just say without objection. And she's like, oh, without objection. She's not paying attention when the Blues talk. So why are you playing ball with them? Why are you playing ball? That's the question. Why are you playing ball at that point? If they're not passing you the ball, if they're not playing around with you, why are you playing? That's why I quit League of Legends. That's why I quit playing ranked and shit. Because every fucking person on the fucking team was a fucking tryhard solo dipshit who thought he was Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan passed the fucking ball. There was Scottie Pippen and other people on the team. Basically, they rose because they were a great team, not because of Michael Jordan. Yes, he was on the team, but they were still a fucking team. They rose because they were the best team, not because it was the best Michael Jordan, but the best team. And that's why I quit, basically, unless I played with somebody. And when I did that, guess what? 100% 1%. And we're a challenger for a reason. Because every single time I was like, hey, I need help, I got help. Every time I was like, go fuck around, go do what you want, they fuck around and do whatever the fuck they want. That's it. And that's why we were number one in PlayStation All-Stars. It's because I would just be like, sick them. And then they'd run off. And like, I need help, I need help. It's because they'd be jumping me or they'd be using their specials on me. So he'd like be in the middle of a punch or like the killing blow or something. And then he'd stop and turn and he'd jump to me and grab the dude off of me. And that was kind of the teamwork we had, basically. So while he was keeping the guy who was making me busy, he was keeping him busy. Then I would throw a grenade and then kill the guy that was supposed to die. And then I would turn and shoot the other dude in the back while my friend was keeping him busy. And that was kind of the trade-off. And the thing was, my friend didn't need to say anything, because if somebody was walking up behind them with a knife, they'd wind up and then and they would die because I was always watching him, basically. And because I was a great leader and I was a great coach, I was a great daddy. And again, the problem was my partner's name was Mexico. Guess where he was from? Mexico. And guess why we went and did so well? Because he knew how to fucking pass the ball. That was it. In America, that doesn't work because these fuckers all try hard solo cute douchebags. They all want. I want to be the challenger. I want to be the best. I want the fan. I want to be. Notice me. Like Adam Mockler. Notice me. It's all about me. I'm making a video, but I'm the finished. Like, what the fuck, kid? Get the fuck off the screen. Like, why the fuck wait? Why are you here? A big-headed ass idiot.
Please just.
That was the smartest Trump voter right there. The average smug.
Shut up, idiot. Talk about average smug idiot. Yes, he's a dumbass. He deserves to be bullied. And why are you there? Why are you on screen? You know what I'm saying? Like, now we're talking about you. Shut the fuck up. Next. Warren Sums, Trump for cronyism.
Talk about brutal.
Oh, this guy is kind of funny.
Hello, everybody. David Schuster
It's
here.
because he is like, he calls out the most obvious shit. He's like very, like, he's, I would say 60% educated enough, and maybe like 10% intelligence. I don't know. Something like
Democratic
that.
Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts just pummeled a Trump-supporting news anchor on CNBC. Warren lashed out at Sarah Eisen, who tried to defend Trump taking away
She
news anchor on CNBC. Warren lashed out at Sarah Eisen.
is a cute and pretty idiot, and that's why she is hired, and why I say the game is rigged, because they hire people like her while they repress people like me. I state the facts. I tell you how to win. I tell you the real way to win. They want you to lose so that they can win and take all your money and take all your land and have all your benefits, and you don't have freedom of rights and blah blah blah. And they want you to lose because they know they can't win naturally. Whereas me, I want her to like be better because I want to take her at her best because I'm that fucking good. I will take you at your best. I'm still gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I tell people all the time. Like, hey, by the way, the secret is this. That's exactly why I win. You know that now? Okay, the way I do that is I explain it. You got it? Okay, now let's fight. Basically, but people are like, we got to hide it. We gotta keep secret. Like that's why China sucks. That's what Japan sucks because like we have a strategy that they'll never succumb. And then if you know the secret, they lose. Why are you following that? Like, the fuck? Clearly America won. And being that America once upon a time was full of people like me and not full of people like you would want to be like me and not like you. Huh. You know, and America's failing now. You know why? It's because they're more like you now.
Try to defend Trump taking away Harvard University research grants.
You know what? Instead of just mouthing off about what you think is happening, actually present some evidence. And let's look at the evidence. Let's let the other side come in and question that evidence. But you don't just get to lip off and say, and therefore the king gets to wave his magic wand and say, off with your head.
Doesn't the government determine where federal tax dollars go? So they're allowed to.
Notice that she's talking over Elizabeth Warren. That's what they do. They talk over you or stifle you because they can't win when it's fact versus fact. So it's my fact versus your I interrupted you fact. So no one's paying attention to what you said, and everyone pays attention to what I said, and so I naturally win. And that's why I interrupt you, and that's why you go to court, and why you have 5 minutes of uninterrupted time, so you can state your case uninterrupted. But that's why it's so important to point out how Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, what? And then the other guy was like, oh, it's and she said, oh, without objection. Like we're not playing ball here. We should be playing ball here, and we're not playing ball here. And the fact that this is going on should sound an alarm, basically. And the fact that you're playing ball with people that are not playing ball, and the fact that you're taking it because you're like, what's his name, Whistling Diesel, basically. You're a dumbass who wouldn't be able to articulate himself, but I need to beat you up now. That's why I have muscles. Because I know if I were to talk to you, you would win. But if I beat you up, then it looks like I win. Basically, and that's why I have muscles. And the thing about him is he's taking protein powder that was fake, and that's why he's all bulky, but his muscles don't mean anything. Because he just looks big, but he's not. This, like, I'm not sure if he watches his videos, but basically it's this dude that works out. He's in a gym. Basically, he works out. He has like a broom that weighs like 70 pounds, basically, and he pretends to mop. And he can lift your weights, and then they're all shocked and blown away when he lifts like 300 pounds and moves it like it's nothing, and they feel him, and he's not as big as them. The reason why is because he has actual muscle, real muscle, dense muscle, like muscle is heavier than fat. But now it's the same. The reason why is because you're not bulking up, you're bulking out, basically. Like you're getting muscles. Like you look like you're strong, but it's fat. It's not muscle, it's fat. That's why you can only lift 200 pounds. And I think his name's Anthony or something. And why he can lift 400 pounds, though he's a quarter your size, is because he's a quarter of your size, but he's twice your weight. Not literally, I'm just saying. And the reason why he can lift so much and why you can't is because he's real and you're not. And that's why you gotta play these rules. And why I'm an alpha, why I look like shit. The reason why I look like shit is because I'm not faking who I am. I literally can get out of bed and wake up and go and hop on camera, and no one's gonna notice any difference. Whereas you gotta be like that one guy I showed you previously, who's gonna dress up and cut his hair and shave, wear a hat and a chain, because I gotta try to get you to not pay attention as much as I can, because I have faults all over my presence, basically. Whereas me, I want you to notice my faults so that I can get better, because I'm like Anthony, I'm the real muscle, and you're the fake shit of Whistling Diesel. And that's what's going on in America. So go ahead and give yourself. I know. Yeah, go ahead. Good. That's fine.
Gets to wave his magic wand and say, off with your head.
Doesn't the government determine where federal dollar tax...
So notice how they're both talking, and she's screaming over Elizabeth Warren. That's why the Senate does what it does. That's why the House does what it does, basically. And she's not listening. She's just talking, and that's the problem. Shut the fuck up, listen, then change facts, basically. But she's talking like she knows, and she's trying to do the wave the wand like I said so I win. And it's like, that's not how it works. You're a dictatorship, I'm the law, basically. And that's what you're seeing. Elizabeth Warren is the what's it called, the law, or a democracy, and the girl on the right is a dictatorship. She is obedient to the men above her, and anybody with the uniform, even if they're fake ass bullshit like Whistling Diesel, like, she'll step in line in that sense, and she'll try to rise up, but she actually don't know shit, and you need to speak up, Elizabeth Warren, like you are. So good job. Hold their feet to the fire. That's why they do what they're doing, and that's why Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Jeff Sessions, Paul Ryan, whatever the fuck his name is, I was fucking forget, Steve Bannon, basically why they were all in the forefront once upon a time, when all they were doing is taking over the right, and why what's called God and religion was like the forefront, and everyone was just kind of falling in line and obeying, because we, the government, we have the uniforms, we have the military, we have the police on our side, and so they all fell in line because of that. But then all of a sudden they stepped inside, and it's like, we don't respect authority, go and fuck yourself. And so I'm like, whoa, okay, I better stop, I better shut down, I better fucking go away, nobody knew I was here, tippy toe, I was never leading the way, I did the book, so I don't know who did that, I don't, even though my name's on the cover and I wrote it myself, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's because now they're being held accountable, basically, and they don't want to be held in trouble, or they want to be responsible, so they're trying to run away so they don't get caught and get pinned for what they did. And the reason why is because they want to be around, so that when another Trump shows up, they can go and influence him, much like they did with Elon Musk, who is a very intelligent or educated person and can be influenced, basically. And if you look at the guy on the right, like he's looking at the camera, like he knows this bullshit. Like she said that, and then it's stupid because he shuts up and he plays ball. It's like, dude, you're such a bitch. Like, you're fucking false alpha. Like, why the fuck are you on the screen right now? Same for the guy sitting in the chair, like in the middle of the two girls. Like, why the fuck are you the one? The reason why is because everybody else is stupid and let them be the one. That's probably why the females that were involved with him are all fucking useless bitches, and why this bitch on the right is like, oh, well, I'm the shit. And then Elizabeth Warren is like, who the fuck do you think you are, you stupid little bitch? Basically, it's because she's democracy. That's how it should work. Anyways.
Dollars go? And so they're allowed
Under
to decide.
law, do you think they have a big bushel basket of money and they just say, you, good looking, you will have money. You, not so good looking, you're going to have to go hungry for a while. That's not how it works. Let's just do Con Law 101, and that is Congress.
Yeah, it's because you didn't want to do the work. You wanted to cut corners like Whistling Diesel, instead of spending 5 hours working out to get them defined cut muscles. You took this wheat or this soy shit, and so like you have these two piles of fat on your shoulders instead of these two muscles on your shoulders, and you wonder like, why the fuck don't people listen to me? Why people don't like me? I know, why am I not being able to lift so much as you? It's because your muscles are fake. You look like you can, but you can't. Just like we're talking, just like how I'm the King Alpha, despite like I have a fat on my arm, but under it's a fucking muscle. You know what I'm saying? The same with this arm too. Like, and this is my stroke arm, basically. And why? Like, it hurts to fucking move, and it feels numb. And I got all this shit going on. I still fucking better than you. I still beat your ass in Smash Brothers because I'm the man. I'm alpha. I'm fucking. Anyways, I'm intelligence. I'm the king. And it's funny. It's not here anymore, but I was streaming, and someone had seen me streaming, and they actually left a comment, and like, hey, Return of the King. Basically, I started laughing because it reminded me of the Lion King, and how Simba was basically kicked out of the system. Basically, it's kind of what happened in America, or happened with me, but for health reasons. I was removed from the system, but now I'm taking medication and I'm losing weight. Basically, I'm trying to go for walks and shit. But Return of the King, I came back. I came to fix the land. You have Scar in the White House. Basically, he is your leader. And the problem is, the females, unlike the females in the movie, just like unlike the females in the world, the ones in the world are sluts, and they sold out and they fucked everything. Whereas Nala, for example, did not, and she was like, "I'm not gonna play your game. You're evil. You're a douchebag. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna succumb to this bullshit, basically." And he came back, and so he had a female to mate with, basically, and who was someone who was worth it, because she essentially not really a virgin, but she wasn't a whore, and she wasn't fucking every guy she knew, and she was like, "Oh, you're back. Now that my vagina's yours now," and it's like, "Oh wow, thank you. Every guy in town's been with you," like, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, but yeah, Return of the King, funny, good times, and again, she's
writes those laws and allocates that money. The administration's job is to enforce those laws and spend that money the way the law tells them. And if they fail to do that, part 3 is the courts are the ones who step in and enforce the law.
The problem, though, and again, it pisses me off because I've seen this before, is David Schuster doesn't tell you, and neither does at least Elizabeth Warren. She might have said something, I don't know, he cuts the video off, but David Schuster doesn't tell you what the law would do. And the law would arrest you or hold you accountable for not doing what you're supposed to do. And that's what's missing from the world today, because they're taking all the judges out and putting in ones that are just fakers and people who ain't actually alphas and fake alphas and whatnot, and that's why the world sucks. But anyways, next, because I think that was it.
Warren sounded like a third-grade teacher.
Yeah.
What do you mean it ultimately doesn't matter? This is the law. I'm
because
still
it
kind
didn't
of
change his
Constitution
policy.
101.
No, but he has the authority, ultimately.
Well, no, he does not. That's the whole point. He does not have the authority if Congress does not let him keep this authority. We can take this away.
And to try and take it away, Warren is seeking a Senate vote.
For one company. But how many of the competitors now get hurt? In fact, I'd like to know what else goes on in this deal. Is it that Tim Cook and his interests get protection, but any of his competitors, I don't know, do they get a higher interest rate? What happens to them? The problem we've got here, and the thing is, Donald Trump actually has a history on this, as we point out in the letter.
Just has a good relationship with the president there.
When he is negotiating a tariff deal, he negotiates on the behalf of everybody in the United States. And to pick, you get a special deal, you get smacked in the face, it has two consequences. One is that's just terrible. That's not how competition is supposed to work. But the second and the more pernicious here, it's like putting poison in the water.
Yep.
It means nobody can trust the system. There's no independence in the system. There's no fairness in the system.
But again, this is why the right hires these idiots and why I get shoved into the dirt and no one listens to me. It's especially when I go to parties and such, and why they butt heads with me. Why in the last house I lived at, why the bitch's son had problems with me, is because I'm alpha as fuck, and they sense it. And they are mad at me for not bending the knee, and they have territory issues, and they feel threatened by my presence, so they come after me and create drama for me, and the whole 9 yards, basically. But in America, that should be the case. Like in Mexico, that is because the law, the regulation is not as good as it should be, or it might be. I've never been, but I just know from stories I've heard. But that's why they used to have stuff about what's it called, gang violence. Like, why is it that it's red and blues? Why don't you guys shut the fuck up and make purple, and both of you rise up and take over California, basically because you're the best lawyers of the land. You know what I'm saying? Like, but divided they fall, and that's kind of how they control, and that's what they do, and that's what they have been doing, basically. At least the people in charge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody's guilty, but when you go up, it's like honest, or no, actually from my end, it was honest my parents and dishonest my parents. And then the system was good, but then it was shitty. And then you go into the jobs, and they hired me, but the management's all fucking corrupt. They expect me to play ball and worship and suck their dick. Oh, I won't do that, and so they got basically got me fired. And you go all the way the fuck up, and you realize I haven't gone anywhere because the system's so fucking corrupt and bullshit and stacked and rigged and whatnot. But yet you have people who exist for the world to work, and around their societies, like around hers, Bernie Sanders, where they didn't sell out, their societies are booming and fucking intelligence is prospering, basically. But there's also places with sellouts that want to fuck in us. So next, let's just know that the other lady is not intelligent and she's stupid and allows the king to wave his wand to get what he wants, and that's why what happens. I got a text message, I didn't even know. But yeah. Oh, and then Trump is never wrong. That's destiny. And there's a guy I'm listening to, so I guess that's it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Be well, be safe, be happy, be strong. God bless. All that 9 yards. Again, I'm a real alpha. I'm true alpha. I'm the shit. I'm the king. I'm dope. I'm smart. I'm amazing. I'm the alpha of alphas. I'm dope. I'm the alpha king. He's trying to act like he's dope. But again, it's just appearance, and you need to be tricked into buying that he's better than me. But the truth is, if we were both wearing the same thing, we'd probably look exactly the same, essentially. And that's a fact. Because all you're seeing is a little bit of him, and he's shaved, he probably lotions, he probably uses makeup, and his lips like look full, he probably got an injection, he has a necklace, like all this shit, basically, but it's actually probably not him. You know what I'm saying? That's probably not what he wakes up like in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Chances are he spent a good 2 hours getting ready to record. Whereas me, I literally just rolled out of bed, sat down on my chair, and hit record. That's the difference. I'm real, he's not. Anyways, that was the point of this. So thank you for watching. Take it real, keep it easy, have a good one, and good night, peace. Where is it? Pop up, damn it. Alright, later.